The MFL All-Pro or Pro Bowl teams were put out yesterday. The quarterbacks in the AFC, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. I got no problem at all with that. You? Right?
No.
Okay. The quarterbacks in the NFC, and let me speak my piece before you go ballistic. All right? Quarterbacks in the NFC, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and who was the other?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, of course. And here's what I do think they made a mistake. Drew Brees obviously is playing at a Pro Bowl level, but he missed 5 games. The votes come out early. They've only played 14, and he missed 5 of them. He's played 9 games. So based on that and that alone, and the fact Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0 in those 5 games, I don't think Drew should have made it. I think that Kirk Cousins, who has the Minnesota Vikings having a terrific season.
And you remember the early part when the players were pushing back,
Yep.
and they were talking about Kirk Cousins early on in the season. They weren't happy with his play.
Kirk Cousins has been excellent. He's 4th in the league in passer rating at 111. Now, Drew Brees is first, but again, he only played 9 games. And so I think Kirk Cousins should have replaced Drew Brees, not because he's better, but just because Drew was hurt and missed so many games. Aaron Rodgers, there are some that feel like he shouldn't have been on the team. Look, if they had chosen Jimmy Garoppolo instead of Aaron, I wouldn't raise a ruckus. But Aaron, Jimmy, they've all kind of managed their teams well, and Jimmy's thrown way more interceptions, 11 to Aaron's 2. Now, this hasn't been the vintage Aaron Rodgers. There's no doubt about it. But I can't, I'm not in an uproar that he made the All-Pro team.
This is for Chris Broussard and all Cowboy fans all over NFL America. The one thing they did get right was they called out the fraudulent stats of Dak Prescott. Some people believe he belongs on the Pro Bowl team, that he got snubbed and he has a higher quarterback rating than Aaron Rodgers, 111, and all that.
Well, he does.
But he's not.
I mean, don't
Pro Bowler.
Don't just throw that in there.
I'm
don't
just
just
saying
skip
that.
over that. Does he or does he not?
He does, but my point is his stats are fraudulent.
Well, then, no,
they're fraudulent.
The passer rating and QBR are all about getting rid of the fraudulent.
But
they get rid of all of the factors that really aren't to blame on the quarterback.
No.
Rob G, do they not?
No, I don't buy into that.
They get rid of all of that junk.
I don't buy into that because
passes, the offensive line.
But he hasn't beaten anybody. He beat the Rams. That's the only team over 500 that they beat.
So why is his passer rating higher?
I have no idea, but I'm telling you.
It actually isn't.
It tells you, I thought it was 111.
No, that's Kirk Cousins. His passer rating is not higher than
it's 99.3.
His QBR is what's higher.
QBR.
And
I'm
way
sorry.
higher.
But here's
73 to 53.
This is Chris, you've made this case
20 points higher.
Over and over
Can you
about
say that
how
with me, Rob? 20 points higher?
About how elite he is.
No, I said he's en route.
He crashed in if he was en route to elite. Because he didn't even make. He started off the season with 3 big wins against nobody. He piled up the
big wins.
He piled up the numbers.
Stop
and Chris,
it.
you were beating your chest talking about
saying he's en
Dak
route.
Prescott
Don't
is
leave out
elite.
that key phrase.
If I'm the Cowboys, I would sign him yesterday. He deserves $40 million. He deserves all the money he can get. You know what they said? No way, no how. Dak Prescott is a fraud. He's not a Pro Bowler. They called out Dak Prescott. He's done nothing but beat also-rans and never was-is. Dak Prescott's numbers are hollow. They don't matter.
Wouldn't it
Thank
be never
goodness.
worse?
Never was-is.
It wouldn't be never worse?
Never was-is. It was great that they didn't celebrate a guy who hasn't beaten anybody. Who you beat should matter. And they took a look at the numbers. He has 11 interceptions, which is a high number, but they didn't get fooled. They weren't bamboozled. They did not allow this whole Cowboy and Dak as a lead, and look at what he's doing. And that's why he didn't make it. This is Exhibit A, B, C, D, why the Cowboys have signed everybody else on their roster except Dak Prescott. There's still question marks about him and whether or not he's that guy. I'm telling you, Chris Broussard, he is not N-O-T that guy.
Can you
That's
define
why he's not
that guy? I'm tired of you saying that guy.
He can't win the game
as
for
if
you.
everybody knows
he can't
what you're
win the
talking
game
about.
for you. He needs everything to be right in order to win the game. And that's the difference. That's why people don't believe in Dak Prescott. That's why he didn't get any love from the NFL despite starting out 3-0 and putting up eye-popping numbers. Dak Prescott isn't a Pro Bowler, isn't an elite quarterback. He's barely mediocre. He's a mediocre quarterback on a really good football team most of the time. They've struggled this year, but Dak Prescott, they pulled back the covers, and you know what? It wasn't a pretty sight.
You're working yourself into the story, all right? Don't work your little private stories.
That
into
ain't
this.
got nothing to do with
Are
me.
you done?
I'm done. Just like
Thank
Dak
God.
Prescott.
Thank God.
Chris was beating his chest about this guy all year.
Look, listeners, take heed. Get out your notebooks. Write this down. I'm the objective one. All right? I don't have axes to grind.
What grind? Axes
I don't
am I
have
grinding?
narratives to build. I tell it like it is. And you guys know, you longtime listeners of the show, that I do like Dak Prescott. That I do believe he is en route.
Is he still en route
Yes,
to you? Even
to
though
being elite.
he didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
He's a two-time Pro Bowler.
I'm talking about this year. They were
Fine.
supposed to go to the Super Bowl. Chris, you picked them. Didn't you pick them to go to
They
the Super
still
Bowl?
might. They might. They got a better chance than the Chargers. All right?
Why you gotta keep?
I'm just saying.
You
'cause you're
picked the
trying
Chargers
pull
to make
rank.
the playoffs.
Look,
I
let me
am
have
pulling
my
rank.
moment. All right? I'm the objective one. Have you once, listeners, heard me say that Dak Prescott should have been a Pro Bowler? Have you once? No.
But how could he be on the
Because
road for
again,
being elite?
I am the M-oat. I'm the moat. I'm the moo-oat. The most objective of all time.
Is that what you are?
That's what I am, the moo-oat. All right? Dak, I would not have put Dak on the Pro Bowl team ahead of Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, or Russell Wilson.
How could he be elite
Because
then?
I'm not going to reward you for having a 7-7 team. You're the quarterback. You get a lot of praise when you win. You got to take some of the heat when you're mediocre as a team. Now, I think he's played very well, but I would give those guys the credit because I am the Muot. All right? The Muot and the Hibbo. That's who we are. Thank you.
I'll take it. Finally, you've seen the light when it comes to Dak
I'm saying
Prescott.
Dak is still en route. This does nothing
He's going
to
to sign the
discourage
biggest.
me.
He's going to sign the
And
biggest contract for a
I'm telling
quarterback.
you-
Yes or no?
Yes.
He will not.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to franchise tag him.
They're not going to sign him.
They'll probably
and they're not.
But let me clear that up too. Because you're getting on your high horse, you're standing up, thankfully they're not listening to you, but you're asking them to play your American patriotism music behind your little rant, and they're not, thank you.
I didn't ask Alex for that.
You are up here perpetrating a fraud. Yes, you, Rob Parker.
I'm not a fraud.
Because you're saying that they don't believe in Dak. They clearly believe in Dak. Dak Prescott wants $40 million. He is. I wouldn't give him $40 million. As
Why
much
not?
As I
You
like
told me
him.
he's on the road to being an elite quarterback.
He is not there. On the road is not there. He is not that guy that I'm going to break the bank for and set the market $5 million annually higher than it already is. That's why they haven't signed him. They're willing to probably give him mid-30s. But he wants more, so they're not giving it to him.
You know how hard
yet.
it is to find a
That's all
franchise
I'm saying.
quarterback in the
And they
NFL?
know- look,
it's impossible.
Do you really think
teams
they
are
don't,
desperate?
You really think they have question marks about that?
Yeah, I
Prescott?
do.
They do not.
I absolutely
you are
do.
wrong.
I do not
they got
believe
more
that they
question
totally
marks
believe
about
in him.
Jason Garrett, certainly, than they do about Dak Prescott.
I don't believe that people really believe that Dak is that guy, and that's the scary part. The hardest
Nobody
thing to get.
said he's Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't say.
But you can win without having to throw for 400 yards for your team to
You
win.
don't have to do that, but people question whether or not he is that guy, and that's still what it comes down to. Can he win the game when you can't run the ball?
He's
Can
done
he win
it.
the game when the defense gives up a lot of points?
He's done it.
No, he's always in the same. He's never even thrown for 30 touchdowns in the season. An elite quarterback where they throw the football all the time now? He's never had 30 touchdowns, Chris.
He's got 26 right now.
Is he going to get to 30 in the final 2 games?
Probably.
Probably not.
Because he's going to run roughshod over your Philadelphia Eagles.
How about the first 3 seasons?
Hold on. Is it about winning or is
I'm
it about
asking
stats?
you. I'm asking you.
He was 13-3 as a rookie. Did you give him love then? Did you give him love or did you say, look at his numbers? He didn't throw for 30 touchdowns. Which is it, Rob Parker? I'm telling you, you're the Mayo. The most inconsistent of all time.
I'm not consistent.
You are. I'm turning you, twisting you all around because with Tom Brady, it's this. With Dak Prescott, it's that. With Aaron Rodgers, it's that. With LeBron James, it's that. With Kawhi Leonard, it's that. With Doc Rivers, it's that. Which is it?
We want to know.
I got the mic drop. That is a mic drop.
That was pretty dramatic.
That's a mic drop. Let's go to the call because you got nothing else to say.
That was pretty dramatic.
That was one of the most decisive beatings yet on the Odd Couple. That was seriously.
I made my point about
that. Was a straight
that.
up shellacking.
I made my point, and
you've been
you're
singing,
all
humble. Listen,
you've
to
been
you.
singing his praises
Voices
all
gotten
year.
soft.
I'm all right.
There's the bass is gone. All that. All I hear is treble. Look at
You ever hear Rob Bass? That's me, Rob Bass.
877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Was the fact that Dak Prescott did not make the Pro Bowl prove that he's a fraud, as Rob Parker would say, or did I just smash Rob in his paper-thin argument? Let's start with Keith in Peoria, Illinois. Keith, welcome to the
What's
Odd Couple.
up, Keith?
What's up, fellas? Rob.
Take it to him, man.
Oh,
No mercy.
man. You've been drinking too much of the haterade. I don't know who's the worst between you, Shannon Sharp, or Stephen A. Smith. I don't know who it is. Get off this stuff, man. I know they 7-7. I wouldn't put him in the all-pro category right now, but he's a heck of a lot better than that boy you got up there in Giant Land or even Wintzomania. as you might call
thank
it.
you.
Wentz in a lifetime.
He's better than both of them. I can say that much. You could take your Darnolds and all of that stuff you got up there in Queens or the Bronx or wherever it is. Get away from it, buddy. You know better. You know, how can you pick a Drew Brees who's missed 5 games or even your buddy? He's a bad man who ain't did a doggone thing this year but throw the ball away and get roughed up a little bit and consider them as Pro Bowl material. Give me Cousins. Give me Dak. I can't even believe your words of saying right now, buddy. Come on off of it. Get off the haterade.
All right,
Get off
Keith.
of it.
Good job,
Thanks,
man. Good
buddy.
call. You
Hang
took
on there.
Rob down.
All right.
Rob, let me get the smelling salts for
That's
you.
all good. James in Memphis, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got, James?
Gentlemen, what's up tonight from Beale Street, downtown Memphis? How you gentlemen doing tonight?
That just, as soon as you said that, I start thinking of ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the rendezvous off
Yes.
the alley on Beale Street, buddy. It's the best in the world.
Yes. That's good.
All right, well, listen up. If y'all got to take a pee break, I'm good for like the next 3 or 4 minutes. So if y'all need to take a break, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Dak Prescott, I'm from the area, man. Dak Prescott went to Mississippi State. He wasn't that good down there. He ain't that good now. He wants $40 million. I'll give him $40 million for 5 years. I mean, that's just crazy, man. I don't know, man. He plays at Lambeau South down there in Dallas. With being a Packer backer, I really appreciate Jerry Jones building that extension for Lambeau when it gets too cold to play up there. We go down there to Dallas and whoop some ass down there.
You're right, because Aaron Rodgers has keys to the place, right?
That's right, and he's the only one. Brett Favre has an interest in that hotel in that building, so he got a little bit of money. I played golf with him last year. I got him to sign my cheese head. I got Bart Starr's signature on my cheese head. I got Brett Favre, and I got Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. You got three Packer legends.
How you gonna feel when they go out in the first round?
Oh, stop it! How they gonna go out first round? They're gonna get a
first
bye.
time they play.
They're gonna get a bye.
First time they play in the playoffs.
Stop it! Don't listen to him, James. All right, thanks.
Watch out for Dallas. If they get in, watch out.
Watch out.
Mike in New York, you're on with Chris and Rob.
What's up, Goats?
What's up,
brother?
Now, listen, I'm a Giants fan. I have no dog in this fight, so I'm probably the most unbiased person on this. Now, this is just how I look at it.
But the fact that you're a Giants fan shows that your perspective is
what?
skewed.
They won a couple Super Bowls, Chris. Stop it.
Your boys are sorry. They're sorry.
Go ahead, Mike.
Can I talk? Put it like this. This is how I look at it. Dak has 26 touchdowns, 11 picks. Carson Wentz has 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And one of them, they're both tied at 7-7. One who's playing without any starters on the offense, and the other one's playing with a fully loaded squad. But one of them is looked at as toward an elite. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Explain that to me.
Because you're not watching the game.
He is watching
Dak
it.
Prescott has
When I
the
watch the
intangibles. Dak Prescott's backup didn't come in and outshine him.
He's always bringing up
Dak
intangibles that
Prescott's
you can't
backup
see.
Doesn't have a shrine built toward him.
And that guy who you made
Dak
a
Prescott's
big
backup
stink about
doesn't
went
take
to
the same
Jacksonville, got
players
benched.
and win more
And got benched.
with the same players than he does.
And he got
How
Tom
about that,
Coughlin
Mike?
fired too in
How about
in
that?
Jacksonville. You all about him. Stop it.
Let's go to Ennis in New York. Ennis, you're on with Chris and Rob. Is it Ennis or Enos?
No, it's Ennis. You got it right the
Ennis.
first time.
Yep.
Guys, look, Chris Broussard, you're always bringing up, oh, look at his QBR. You know Drew Brees on Monday night was 29 of 30 with 4 touchdowns. His QBR was a 97 out of 100. But then Charlie Batch had a 2-interception, 186 passing yard game, and he has the highest QBR at 99.7. It's a flawed
But
stat.
hold on. But
It's
but
totally
Ennis,
flawed.
why is
It's
that?
totally
you know
flawed.
why that is. Because what does QBR do? It takes into consideration
flawed
all of the
stat.
factors that have nothing to do with the quarterback. So maybe those picks, I don't remember the game, but maybe those picks were the receiver's faults.
Chris,
Maybe
it
there
was
were drop
186
passes.
yards and 2 interceptions, and that was better than a guy that completed 99%
of his passes. Right.
Of the passes.
I'm just saying, you know what
It's a
QBR
flawed
is.
stat. QBR. Don't buy
It's
into
a
it,
flawed
Ennis.
stat, and Dak Prescott is a front runner. He only plays well when the team's from ahead. Doesn't play well
Look,
when they're from
spill
behind.
the beans, Ennis.
No doubt. Thank you.
You grew up in Queens.
Stop
with Rob.
it. No, he did not.
I grew up in Brooklyn.
He's a
But
Brooklyn
you knew
queen. That's
Rob.
right.
You went to PS.
No sleep
182
till
together.
Brooklyn. Thanks, Ennis. Justin, the trucker Justin in Indiana. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, gentlemen. Always love your show, man. I just
Thank
think
you.
that this is a ridiculous question, man. Dak Prescott, comparing him to 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks who were nominated. I mean, Dak Prescott's been around not even long enough to even put him in the same sentence as Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Drew Brees. I'm a Cowboys fan for 30-plus years. I got Dak's back, but it's not even a good question to ask. Does he belong there? No, he doesn't.
I'm with you there. I'm with you, trucker Justin. He is not a Pro Bowler. And do we mention that or not?
Let's go to Matt. Matt in
but
Minneapolis.
it's major news.
The
I mean,
majority of House votes to impeach President Trump.
it did happen. So the vote was enough votes to impeach Trump
him,
and move
yep.
it to the Senate. So we should announce that. That's big news in the country.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Matt in Minneapolis. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, what up? I think you guys probably know where I'm coming from, being from Minneapolis, but I don't understand this whole Dak
Oh yeah,
stuff
there you go
because-
to the anti Green Bay. Go
Can you
ahead.
let him talk? Go ahead,
Well,
Matt.
I'm here to
sorry.
talk
I'm
about-
sorry about that.
I'm going to start with Dak because I don't understand why people are you're raising him up to be elite or anything like that, because I think the knock on Dak is the exact knock on Kirk Cousins, and he's trying to get $40 million. But the way Kirk is playing this year, I think 28 is a bargain, and there's no way that Dak deserves to be a Pro Bowler. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is ridiculous to be a Pro Bowler. I think that's just a lifetime achievement award this year.
Matt, they won 11 games, Matt. What are you talking about?
But Kirk
has better numbers in every category.
Kirk should be the second NFC quarterback on the Pro Bowl behind Russell Wilson. Now, I'm not saying Rodgers. You look at the field, Drew's having a better season than Aaron, but he missed 5 games. So that's the deal. But good call from Matt.
He's just a bitter Minneapolis fan.
Why?
Because
he was objective.
They thought they were going to the NFC Championship game.
We'll see. Hey, they're going to be in the playoffs, so we'll see.
That's a big game this week.
We'll
Packers and Vikings. Isn't that this week?
What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?